Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be shedding light on the challenges appertaining to monetizing your passions and your hobbies. What are they, you may ask? Without further ado, without further delay, allow me to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now. There are a multitude of challenges associated with monetizing your passions and your hobbies. One Brobdingnagian challenge encompasses knowing how to monetize your passions and your hobbies. Is it esoteric knowledge? Well, the knowledge is not ubiquitous. It is not prevalent. It is not spewed by most people. It can be highly time consuming to attain the requisite knowledge to be able to monetize your passions and your hobbies. Most people are acutely unaware about how to produce videos, archivable live stream broadcasts, songs, podcast episodes, audiobooks, ebooks, custom made print on demand merchandise, online courses, software applications, mobile games, customizable templates, and photos. Gaining the knowledge to be able to monetize your passions and your hobbies is extraordinarily time draining, to say the least. So what is another challenge appertaining to monetizing your passions and your hobbies? It can be arduous, it can be cumbersome, it can be a travailing endeavor to transform your passions and hobbies into a lucrative career, especially if you compete in hyper-competitive niche markets that are replete with competition. It can be arduous to attain substantial brand recognition, robust brand equity, strong brand loyalty, and it can also be cumbersome to cultivate substantial market growth. Your competitors possess ample, potent competitive advantages. They possess enormous customer bases. They possess substantial brand recognition. They possess strong brand loyalty. They possess robust brand equity. How will you produce viral-worthy, algorithm recommendation-worthy, like-worthy, share-worthy, engagement-worthy content about your passions and hobbies that is apt to yield high engagement rates, high watch times, high audience retention rates, and of course, high viewership rates? How will your content transcend into becoming viral content? How will your content build traction and transcend into becoming viral content in an expeditious manner? How will your products build traction and transcend into becoming viral products? Will you be able to leverage your social media channels as potent marketing vehicles to vector your target market to your product pages where they have the autonomy to procure your product offerings from? How will you differentiate yourself among competitors? How will you render your content all the more indelible, all the more extraordinary, all the more novel, all the more mesmerizing, all the more engrossing, all the more memorable relative to the content of your competitors? Will your products be able to assuage? Will they be able to appease your target market far more than competitors' products? Will your target market deem your products and content to be worthwhile, meritorious, and recommendation worthy? Will algorithms deem your content and products to be recommendation worthy? These are exigent questions that should be addressed. So, to recapitulate, succinctly stated, it is indeed a challenge to transform your passions and hobbies into a lucrative career. You may have all these ideas for an anime series. You may have all these ideas for some robust mobile device. You may have all these ideas for an innovative product that you're passionate about actualizing into reality, that you want to bring to fruition. But monetizing your passions and your hobbies in any capacity can be extraordinarily difficult, especially if you compete in hyper-competitive markets that are inundated, that are deluged with competition at every corner, metaphorically speaking. Your passions and hobbies do not need to be limited to loving technology, loving anime, loving movies, loving manga, loving music. They could also tap into your creativity. They can leverage your creativity and ingenuity and allow you to manifest your own intellectual properties into fruition that are disparate from any existing intellectual properties. Will you be the creator of the next? Will you be the creator of a media franchise that's able to build as much traction as the Pokemon franchise, the Harry Potter franchise, the Lord of the Rings franchise, the Star Wars franchise, the Dragon Ball franchise? Who knows? The future is enigmatic and obscured beyond a veil of time. You are a pioneer of your own destiny. Do everything in your purview to move your life in a forward movement trajectory. Never regress, never stagnate, never be stymied, never be stifled, never be impeded, never be encumbered. Do everything in your purview to pull yourself out of the muck and mire and manifest a prosperous, abundant, auspicious, and blissful future into reality. What is another challenge appertaining to monetizing your passions and hobbies that extends beyond the ambit of the challenge of transforming your passions and hobbies into a lucrative career? Well, monetizing your passions and hobbies can be extraordinarily time-consuming. You may know how to monetize your passions and hobbies, and you may be apt to believe that you are poised to be successful if you monetize your passions and hobbies, but the reality is to have an iota of a chance, to have an infinitesimal chance to be successful by monetizing your passions and hobbies, even to some extent, even partially successful, it can require 14 to 18 hours of strategic hard work each and every day for at least 3 to 15 years. It is arduous to cultivate behemoth brands that revolve around your passions and hobbies. It is arduous to produce products that embody your passions and hobbies. It is highly time draining to grow a prodigious content reservoir and a prodigious product catalog. You may know how to be successful, and you may believe that you are poised to transform your passions and hobbies into a lucrative career. However, it can be a challenge to sustain monetizing your intellectual properties for at least 14 to 18 hours per day for a minimum of 3 to 15 consecutive years. Do you have the tenacity? Do you have the drive? Do you have the determination to never capitulate, to never waver? Are you able to ceaselessly, incessantly, unremittingly, strategically work hard for 3 to 15 consecutive years without taking a single day off, without getting a respite, without getting a reprieve, without getting a sabbatical, without taking a hiatus? Can you do it? Do you have the mental bandwidth? Do you have the stamina? Do you have the endurance? Can you persevere? Can you push through? Or will you shirk on doing so? So it can be a challenge to sustain monetizing your hobbies and passions for a prolonged period of time as you are making inroads towards becoming successful as an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur may neglect to continue to pursue this line of work of monetizing his passions and his hobbies when he is only 1/20th towards his goal. You want to be able to attain your strategic objectives. You want to be able to reach your overarching goals. You want to be able to reach your higher aspirations. You never want to shirk on doing so. When your progress is negligible, you need to continue to push forward and not shirk on doing so. So it can be a challenge to strategically work hard for at least 14 to 18 hours per day for at least 3 to 15 years. Can you live an insular life? Can you forgo honing in on other facets of your life to prioritize your work so that it takes precedence above all else? And even if you can monetize intellectual properties in perpetuity, if you neglect to market them, if you do not remain relevant, then they will likely generate a negligible amount of revenue at best. Your content and your products need to be deemed algorithm recommendation worthy. And if your target market is seldomly consuming them, then it will adversely impinge on your ability to maximize your success. Another challenge of monetizing your passions and your hobbies entails efficaciously marketing your products that embody your passions and your hobbies. Do you know how to implement efficacious marketing strategies and marketing tactics to drive product sales to yield high conversion rates? Do you know how to automate marketing activities? Do you know how to utilize the utmost search for germane keywords as a metadata for your products? Do you know how to organically build a behemoth of a brand to leverage as a potent marketing vehicle to vector your target market to your product pages? It can be expensive, it can be highly time draining, and it can be a rigorous pursuit to efficaciously, to potently, to enticingly market your products so that they are all the more apt to sell. You want to be able to elicit high sales volume, high revenue, high profits. If you do not know how to competently, masterfully, potently, strategically market your products, then it's all the more arduous to be able to successfully monetize your passions and your hobbies. Your passions and your hobbies can be monetized in the form of products. However, if you do not earn product sales, then it will be all the more arduous to monetize your passions and your hobbies. There are far more revenue streams to earn than just advertising revenue and subscription revenue. Most people neglect to take heed of earning royalties, earning sales revenue, earning sponsorship revenue, earning affiliate marketing revenue, earning product placement revenue. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. The challenges of monetizing your passions and hobbies are indeed multitudinous, extensive, and arduous to surmount, but they are not deemed insurmountable. They can be overcome. persevere, and move your life in a forward-moving trajectory and do everything in your purview to optimize your success. Take all the prudent, anodyne, precautionary, strategic measures so that you are all the more poised to succeed. Do not neglect to do so. Do not blithely overlook the eminent importance of being successful as an entrepreneur. I hope that you found this video to be engrossing and informative. Have a blissful day. Goodbye.